Now, I don't know how much of this is just a sort of a fad trend and also how much the algorithms are just messing with us, but we've heard a lot more in, let's say, the last couple of years. The trad wife term is what gets
Hmm.
thrown around on social media, but it's more or less a sort of a recognition of the benefits of a domestically based life where work is a secondary, maybe not even a consideration. Woman can stay home and just take focus on taking care of their family, taking care of their house. But you just said the reality of most of Western society is a one income household is really, really challenging for the vast majority of the society to have any standard of living. So, how much of that do you think is sort of aspirational and sort of a almost a wistfulness about what used to be, maybe without understanding the complexities of what that world was like? And how much of it do you think is actually an authentic desire for some of those traditional values to come back if only there was an economic system that could support it?
Yeah, I think the tradwife content is very interesting. I think the one thing people have to remember about tradwife content in particular is that these are not people who are living like it's the 1950s. The backdrop of the 1950s, it flat out does not exist anymore. And actually, what these people are doing is leveraging an incredibly modern technology to gain financial independence and financial freedom, all while resting on this idea that financial independence for women is the thing that ruined everything for women, ruined the nuclear family, right? Women have always worked, and I think the tradwife idea rests on this idea of leisure. Domestic labor is not leisure; it's labor, it's work. And I think really the tradwife trope is a class fantasy more than anything else, because if you'll notice, you never see tradwife content filmed from a regular looking home. It's always a luxurious sort of aesthetic home. There's always magically no children in sight. I would just say, remember that the tradwife thing is a facade, much like the girl boss trope was a facade. I mean, I think I wrote somewhere that somewhere along the line, an Instagram graphic that said, "There's no elevator to success, you have to take the stairs," turned into a TikTok quote that said, "I manifested abundance and tapped into my feminine energy." And they were both written probably by someone with a very, very similar, proximity to wealth and just a level of privilege that enabled sort of that mindset without a real recognition of all of the systemic factors that don't allow most people to embrace that sort of ethos. So that was a little bit of a tangent, I think. But I do think a lot of this tradwife, the romanticizing of a bygone era, is really tied to this idea that women operated under that told them that they needed to aspire to have it all. And then I think we all kind of realized that having it all really means that you're the one who's doing everything and that that's just exhausting. So I think that the pendulum just swung very strongly in one direction and it's swung back in the other now. And I think we need to kind of find the nuance.